Worldwide attention. A Venezuelan patrol boat charged directly toward a United States Navy destroyer in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. And it did it on purpose. Yes, you heard that right. A vessel of barely 2,000 tons challenged a warship loaded with more missiles than the entire region combined. For several minutes, radio silence ruled, until one of them decided to break it. Subscribe if you believe the United States did the right thing by keeping calm and not opening fire. Comment if you think Venezuela had the right to defend its sovereignty, even if it meant playing with fire. This wasn't a movie or a drill. It was a real power standoff in the Caribbean. October 5, 2025, 4:05 p.m., Southern Caribbean Sea. Inside the Combat Information Center of the USS Gravely, a radar operator freezes. On the SPY-1D screen, a new contact appears. At first, it's just a faint green echo, but its speed tells another story. A Venezuelan Guaycamacuto-class patrol ship, heading west but on a direct collision course with the American destroyer. New surface contact, bearing 210, range 29 nautical miles, the operator reports. On the bridge, officers look up from their charts. They know those coordinates well. 30 miles offshore, outside territorial waters, international zone, but inside a strip that's been simmering with tension for weeks. Just 3 weeks earlier, U.S. forces had carried out kinetic strikes on Venezuelan vessels suspected of smuggling synthetic opioids into the Caribbean. The footage of flaming wrecks spread fast. Caracas responded with strength. More patrols, low-flying jets over U.S. destroyers, and fiery speeches vowing to defend sovereignty. Now those words have taken shape in steel. Closest point of approach, 3 nautical miles. Time to CPA, 12 minutes, the operator notes. 3 miles between two warships packed with sensors and weapons is nothing. One wrong move, one misread signal, and it could look like an attack. The captain doesn't hesitate. Maintain rules of engagement. All systems on alert. Hail them on radio 11 minutes for discipline Ostia, Naorfrin or Steel, to decide the outcome. The USS Gravely, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, cruises at 15 knots. It carries the full Aegis combat system and enough firepower to dominate the entire region. But right now, all that matters is a small, fast-approaching blip. Radar identifies the contact as Sierra 214, matching a 2,300-ton Venezuelan patrol vessel. Its automatic identification system is off, normal for military ships, but troubling when closing at an intercept angle. Time to CPA, 10 minutes, reports the CIC. Confirm international waters. Yes, sir, 30 miles from the baseline. The captain orders the first hail on Channel 16. Unidentified Venezuelan naval vessel. This is U.S. warship operating in international waters. You are closing distance at high speed. Alter course immediately. Silence. Second hail in Spanish. Nothing. Silence weighs heavier than hostility. Radar shows acceleration. Speed 22 knots. Course unchanged. Intentional maneuver. The captain lifts his binoculars. Can't see it yet, but radar paints the picture clearly. 7 minutes to CPA. Electronic warfare systems SLQ-32 go active, recording every emission. If the Venezuelan ship activates fire control radar, alarms will sound instantly. Lookouts spot exhaust haze on the horizon. Diesel engines pushed hard. Word spreads fast through the mess decks. Sailors pretend to eat, but everyone listens. This isn't routine navigation. It's a show of force. Weeks earlier, Venezuelan K-8W jets had buzzed another U.S. destroyer so low the pilots could see the crew. No weapons, but all sensors active. Today, the challenge is at sea level. On the Gravely's stern, a MH-60R Seahawk helicopter powers up. The order? Show presence, not aggression. The aircraft lifts off, maintaining a wide orbit to starboard. From its FLIR MX-20 camera, thermal imagery streams live to the CIC, every frame geotagged and time-stamped for Washington or the UN. Then comes the signal, A green laser pulse flashing across the Venezuelan bridge windows. Not a weapon, but an unmistakable message. We see you. On the Venezuelan deck, sailors shift uneasily. Some near the Auto Malera gun, others raise binoculars toward the helicopter. No weapons aimed, just tension. Their radar begins sweeping the destroyer and Seahawk, a deliberate scan, not yet targeting. The captain keeps his voice steady. Maintain orbit. No overflight. Record everything, cameras keep rolling. Every second strengthens the U.S. case. We warned, we stayed professional. It's a battle of nerves. Venezuela closes in, America answers with restraint. 4:16 p.m. Cameras keep rolling. Every second strengthens the U.S. case. We warned, we stayed professional. It's a battle of nerves. Venezuela closes in, America answers with restraint. 4:16 p.m. The patrol boat finally slows. 20 knots, 18, turns slightly starboard. CPA expands to 4.2 miles, contact altering course. Then, at last, radio crackles alive. U.S. warship? This is Venezuelan vessel on sovereign patrol. We are operating near Venezuelan waters. The captain replies calmly, Venezuelan vessel, this is USS Gravely. We are conducting lawful operations in international waters. Your unsafe maneuvers have been recorded. Silence again. Engines hum. Distance grows. From above, the Seahawk films the Venezuelan crew stepping back from their gun, hands visible. Message received. 4:20 p.m. Radar now shows 5 miles of separation and growing. The patrol boat maintains a parallel course. The captain orders recovery. The Seahawk returns and lands. No shots, no collisions, just another high-stakes chess match at sea, where discipline spoke louder than firepower. But this was no isolated event. The Venezuelan maneuver fits a broader pattern. 3 weeks earlier, U.S. Southern Command confirmed the destruction of smuggling boats linked to Venezuelan networks. Washington framed it as anti-crime enforcement. Caracas called it aggression. The result? Increased naval patrols and deeper forays into international waters. On September 10th, Venezuelan K-8 jets flew low over another U.S. destroyer, filming every move. No shots fired, but the message was clear. We see you, and we can pressure you too. The October 5th encounter fits the same doctrine. Asymmetric presence, provoke friction, test limits, make headlines, but stop short of war. For the United States, the approach is the opposite. Document everything, remain calm, and keep total control. Every call, maneuver, and radar trace becomes diplomatic evidence. Every frame from the Seahawk is potential proof before the world. It's restraint without weakness, strategy without escalation. At less than 3 miles, one misread signal could have triggered disaster. In these waters, discipline is the Navy's most powerful weapon. More than missiles, more than technology. Every calm order and precise maneuver prevents provocation from turning into tragedy. Because here, in seas heavy with history and mistrust, the line between a patrol and a war depends on one thing: who keeps their cool when everyone else loses it. The Southern Caribbean remains one of the hemisphere's most strategic and volatile theaters. Crossroads of drug routes, disputed fisheries, and overlapping claims of sovereignty. Every maneuver, every radio call becomes a move in a much larger geopolitical game. Patrols and intercepts are no longer routine. They're carefully calculated shows of strength, ways to test each other without crossing the threshold of open conflict. Both nations know a single wrong move could shake the entire region. This time, it ended with a change of course and a polite radio exchange. But in such heavily watched, tension-filled waters, next time might not end so peacefully. And so ended one of the year's most tense naval encounters. No shots fired, but a clear message sent. Neither the U.S. destroyer retreated, nor the Venezuelan patrol surrendered. 2 flags, 2 narratives, and 1 sea still under dispute. But the question remains, was it a reckless provocation by Caracas, or a legitimate act of sovereignty against U.S. power? Because in the Caribbean, every mile, every radar ping, And every second of silence could be the spark that ignites a war. Subscribe and share your opinion below. Did the US act with restraint or simply show weakness? The tension isn't over. This was only another chapter in the battle for control of the sea.